Alright, students, today's lesson is on helping verbs. By the end of the lesson, you'll understand the function of helping verbs. Alright, so here's the definition of helping verbs. Another word for helping verbs is auxiliary verbs. They help us better understand the action by telling us when the action takes place or its likeliness to happen. So again, the helping verbs help us understand when the action takes place or its likeliness to happen. Okay, so what are helping verbs? The helping verbs are the different forms of be, do, and have. And you'll see a list of them when you complete your Grammar Zone journal. Sometimes the form of be and have are linking verbs, and sometimes they are action verbs. So you have to pay attention to how they're used in the sentence. So when you're looking at, if you have an assignment and you have to identify the helping verbs and the linking verbs, make sure you pay attention to how the verb is used in the sentence. Alright, so here are some examples. The first example, I will be at the playground. Be is the action in this sentence. I will be playing at the playground. In this example, playing is the action and be is the helping verb. It tells us when the action takes place. In fact, will be would actually be the helping verb in this sentence. It tells us that the action will be taking place in the future. Alright, some of these words are always helping verbs, no matter what. These are always helping verbs. Can and could, shall and should, will and would, may, might, and must. Those words are always helping verbs. And to see how they are used in the sentences below, I can start my homework. Notice how I have the action verb underlined. An action verb or a main verb is something that you can do. So ask yourself, can I start something? Yes, you can. So that's the action. Look at the word before it. Does it tell me when the action takes place or its likeliness to happen? The word before start in this sentence is can, and that tells me that its likeliness to happen. The second example, you should work on yours too. Work. Can you work? Yes, you can. Look at the word before work. Should. Does it tell me when the action takes place? No. Does it tell me its likeliness to happen? Yeah, you should work. The next example, Sarah will shovel the driveway. Now, shovel can be a noun, but shovel can also be a verb. Ask yourself, is Sarah shoveling in this example? Or are we referring to the shovel as a noun? In this sentence, the shovel is actually the verb. The word before it is will. It tells us when the action takes place, and the action will take place in the future. And the final example, Christian might clean his desk. Clean. That can be an adjective or it can be a verb. In this sentence, it is a verb because it's telling us what Christian might do. He might clean his desk. And the word before it is might. It tells us the likeliness of him cleaning his desk. Alright, so how do you tell if it's a helping verb? I kind of modeled it for you in the previous slide. Helping verbs always come before the main verb or the action verb. Those words are used interchangeably. So main verb and action verb mean the same thing. If there is no action verb, there is no helping verb. So, in the sentence, if there's nothing that the person or thing is doing, then there cannot be a helping verb. Alright, so let's look at these examples down below. See if you can get these right. The first one. Cindy is always nice to her grandchildren. Let's look. Is there an action in here? I don't know. Let's see. Cindy is the subject. Can she always? No, you can't do always. Can you nice? Not sure about that one. You can be nice. Can you too? No. Can you her? No. Can you grandchildren? No. So let's look at this sentence. Remember the lesson on linking verbs. Linking verbs link the subject of the sentence to an adjective or another noun in the predicate. So, let's look. Is there a word that can describe Cindy? Cindy is always nice. Can you describe somebody as nice? Yes, you can. So that's an adjective. So this tells me that since there's no action verb in here, there cannot be a helping verb. However, we have an adjective that's describing Cindy. What word in between here is the linking verb? Always. All right, let's look at the next one. The grandchildren were washing the dishes. So we have to look at the subject. Who is the subject of the sentence? The grandchildren. Did the grandchildren do something? Yes, they did. They were washing the dishes. All right, since washing is an action verb, we can look to see if there's a helping verb, and the helping verb always comes before the main verb. So the word that comes before washing is were. Does that tell me when the action takes place or its likeliness to happen? Of course. Were tells me that they did this in the past. All right. So students, that's your lesson on helping verbs. Again, tomorrow you're going to watch a video on how to tell the difference between a helping verb and linking verb a little more in depth than this video was. And now you'll add to page 22 of your Grammar Zone journal, and I'll have the link for you to copy from as well. All right.